How are you doing today?
I'm good.
Good. Thanks for letting me meet with you.
Oh yeah, my pleasure. I'm happy. So John, before we get going into this, I want to know, like, how's your dad doing? Is he doing good?
Yeah, he's doing pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just staying busy with his business.
Yeah, right on. How's your relationship with your dad? Is it good? Is it bad? Things going well?
Yeah, things are going. Yeah, it's going
Okay.
really well. Yeah.
Cool. Because I know doing an MBA and being away can sometimes put a strain on the relationship. So I was just wondering. He's our mutual connection. So.
Yeah. He always wishes I was there to help him, but.
Yeah. Right. Don't all sons and fathers. Yeah. Awesome. Well, cool. So if I understand right, we're here to talk about this new business idea that you have going. That you've been talking to me about. Cool. Can you tell me a bit about it? And like what you've done so far and everything?
Yeah, I've been talking to some people at InSeed and just talking about the different things that they have done. And I went around, what did I do? A fair, an exhibition fair. That's about yeah, I just went to a fair.
Okay, cool. So while you're at this fair, were you able to check out any of the products from China that you were looking at, or?
Yeah. I was,
Okay, cool. Yeah. So in your opinion, would you say that they're like really good quality products?
Yeah,
Okay.
and that's kind of like the name that I came with, with the business name, where it was, good quality, inexpensive.
Yeah. Okay, because this is like a gold mine. I'm really excited about this. This will be cool. Because I was just worried if the products weren't like up to par, that wouldn't be very good, especially for my network and everything. But if you've been there, if you've seen the products, and if in your own opinion they're really good, then all right, cool. I'm on board. Cool.
Yeah. So yeah.
Sweet. Alrighty. So, we're here to talk about this equity split and the different roles that we would have in all this, if I understand right. Okay, so what's your understanding of how would you like this to go? What's your dream with this?
Well, I want to be able to, because my dad has his business, and I want to be able to get my ideas, and I love traveling, so I know this business would be able to have my dream of traveling a little bit around. So yeah, I want to be able to give out my ideas and kind of almost be my own boss.
Okay. Yeah, so if I understand right, you're looking for independence, for your own space to fly, do your own thing. And that's cool. I really respect that. That's awesome. I know for myself, I just turned 59. I'm getting close to retirement, but I still got all this juice in me. There's just like one last big push I want to make, and I think that this opportunity is really good. It fits really well with what I want to do.
Oh, perfect. Yeah.
And so, with that being said, the only problem is that I have to finish out my time at HalaMaterials, the place where I'm currently working. I have to finish out my time there before I can really devote all my time and energy into this new startup we have going. It's going to take about a year before I can really dive in.
Okay.
And so, with an understanding of that doesn't mean that I'm leaving you like high and dry with all this. You still have access to my network. You'd still have access to me for advice. I just can't really spend a whole lot of time there,
So yeah.
Yeah,
that was one of the questions I had.
Yeah, okay. I was like, what are your thoughts on that? Are you okay with that? Does that make you nervous?
Yeah, it makes me a little nervous.
Okay.
Just,
yeah, if you could explain why, yeah.
Just something that's a little new, and I wasn't really, really thinking that I could start up my own business, but having your help and your network, because I know that helps a lot for me. Those things would take me years to do, but you already have.
Yeah, and I understand it's kind of a daunting task starting up this multinational, because we're in Italy and then the parts are in China, and starting that up can be pretty daunting. But like I said before, I'm not leaving you high and dry. I'm not just like throwing you into the mix. Like you got me as a coach for the first year and as a partner, not as involved as I would like, but I would be there. I'd be there to help, and then after the first year, I'm all in. So.
Okay, perfect. So with that though, would it hinder anything with Edison the bugs?
Yeah, so Edison bulbs, basically that's part of the reason. That's the big reason why I can't just drop everything right now and join in. I have to finish up my time there. I have a contract there. I can't what is it? In the contract, it says that I can't invest more than 5% in a competitor's company right now. And this would be, we're in the same industry, so technically we're a competitor, even though we're selling different products than them.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, ultimately, I still have my job as CEO, which is pretty demanding, as you can understand. But also, I wouldn't be able to invest as much until I'm done. And so I have to finish out my final year there and then really jump in. So.
Okay.
It's tricky. It's a bit, like, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? Tread carefully. Yeah, that's what I have to do, yeah. But after that year, I'm good to go. So.
Okay. So are you able to invest in, I don't know if it was, like this would do anything with your contract, but invest into the company that will be starting up at all? Or?
So yeah, I can invest up to 5%. Well, what I would have to do is, there's something called convertible loans, where basically I give the money into the company, those count as just loans right now, but when I'm done with my time and I come back, those get converted into ownership stakes. So I can still invest, and for the first year, I would only own at a max 5%, but then after that, those get converted into ownership. And then when I'm ready to retire in like 5 years, we can convert those back.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Nice, okay.
I think so, yeah.
Cool.
And then,
Yeah.
oh yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, so I can invest. I would love to invest up to about 400,000, because it's my understanding that we need about 500,000 to really get this off the ground and get it going.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it would be cool. I know that since you just graduated, you don't have like a whole lot of capital to your name, and I've been working for years and years, and I have this big investment. So what I can really do is I can invest either the full 500,000, 400,000. I can invest like the bulk of it, if that's what you would like.
Okay. Well, we could split it. I think we might be able to split half of it.
The startup cost?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I'll invest in half of it.
Okay.
That works for you.
I mean, sure, yeah.
Perfect.
Okay, yeah.
But I do have a question on how you see the business running. How you see running the business kind of look like.
Okay. Yeah, that's a great question. So in my mind, in my dream, how this is going to go is that I would start up and I would start as CEO, and that's my position for the 5 years I'd be working there, because I'm not planning on being in here like longer than 5 years. So I'd start as CEO, you would be COO, and then I would kind of be like a coach / mentor, and as time goes by, I pass off more and more of my network, what I know, what I learn, and at the end of the 5 years, I retire, you take CEO, and you run it full steam ahead.
Okay, perfect. And isn't like ethics wise, like do you wanna, or do you see the business running on high in ethics?
like a high standard.
Yeah, high standard of ethics.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, my brain just went.
That's totally fine. Yeah, definitely. I don't see any problem if we just set out clear standards. Then yeah, I think we'd have to make sure that's pretty clear to the people we bring on board.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as I'm concerned, I'm good with that.
Okay, perfect. No, that's good. Me too.
Okay, cool. Yeah. I think yeah, we'll have to be careful with the people we bring on board, but yeah, for the most part, ethically, if we set a high standard, if we have it clearly defined, then yeah, no problem.
Okay, nice.
Cool. So, and then what were your thoughts about my idea with the CEO and you being COO for the first 5 years? Are you okay with that, or what are your thoughts on it?
Yeah, I'm okay with that. I feel
Okay.
like, yeah, need a little bit more experience, and I appreciate you mentoring and giving me, like, helping with the network, and I think that would help a lot, so then I'd be able to know a lot more of
Yeah.
what I'm doing.
Okay, cool. Alrighty, so then I guess the last thing we need to talk about is the equity ownership of the company, how we want to go about that.
Okay.
So.
Well, what are your thoughts on that? What do you feel?
My thoughts on it, I guess when it comes to my thoughts, I know that what I bring to the table is like a half the capital, a good network to get us really started, so we're years ahead, and then pretty much my expertise, my knowledge, and everything. So I don't know. In my mind, when I first came into this meeting, I was thinking like 80-20. But I'm definitely open to change, especially now that I understand like your willingness to like really work and put forward and put stuff together. So those were my original thoughts, was 80-20. I'm fine with like 60-40, even maybe even 50-50, depending. So.
Okay. Well, how do you see it after you retire, like the equity split? Like, are you still expecting it to be like?
I don't want to be like a majority holder at all. Like when I retire, I kind of just want to retire, you know, be done. And so I'm totally fine with going down to like 10% ownership, maybe even 5, because I already have. Because the part of the reason is a lot of this capital I'm investing is part of my retirement, so I'm hoping to get it back and then plus some and have these benefits. And otherwise, it's like this is just kind of for fun, you know. But if I do find this fun, but also like there's benefits to it, you know. And so after I retire, I don't care, like 10%. But while I'm there, while I'm invested, probably 60, just for those 5 years. That's what I'm really thinking.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, like my huge concern with it is, like with the company that I'm at right now, like they're paying for my tuition fees, and so if I leave that company, I have to stay there for at least 2 years. I think I have like a year left, and so if I don't stay there for those 2 years, I have to pay back all those tuition fees. So I want to, plus they're giving me like 20% like pocket cash money.
Nice, good deal.
And so I want to be able to, starting up this company, so where it's kind of benefits, my opportunity costs.
Yeah, interesting. What, if you don't mind me asking, how much would that tuition be and everything that you'd have to pay back? Do you know?
About like 50,000.
50,000. What if I paid that off for you? Because I have the capital for it. If I just paid it off and then you're good and then you can invest your time in this.
Yeah, that'd be really great. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, cool. Because then if you don't have that worry, then that means that you can go full steam into this. It would help both of us out a lot. And since I was originally planning on spending 400,000 on this, and now I only need to do 250,000, then I think that benefits both of us.
Okay, yeah. So like 20 or 60, 40?
Yeah, 60-40. Yeah, that works for me.
Perfect. All right. Well, yeah.
Okay.
Great, thanks.
Is there anything else we need to talk about? Or?
No, I'm good.
Okay, so just to recap, for now I would have 5% ownership for the first year, and then the rest would be in a convertible loan. After I'm done with my time at Hala, it would transfer to 60% ownership, 60-40. After I retire, I would go down to 10%, you would have 90%, and during that time I would be COO or CEO, you would be COO, and then when I'm done, you move up, and we call it good. And I'm paying for off the tuition and everything.
Yeah. Oh, perfect.
Okay.
That sounds great.
Sounds like a deal.
Thank you so much.
Sure thing.